I took every drug known to man at the same time to stimulate every corner of my brain, and this was the result.
What's good, nerds? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Movie Mass. I am your brother Jay, the movie monk, the Bishop of Bull Moose, the Abbot of Arrow, the Criterion choir boy even. I like being a choir boy sometimes. Oh, that's a good one. It's that time of the month again, y'all. My wife got her time of the month. I got my time of the month. They're really not related in any way, shape, or form other than the fact that we call them our times of the month. This is my time of the month. It is early February, and that means that January is behind us. I have a full month of collecting of physical media that I need to show you what I got. So here it is, and I'm going to start with the one that I'm the most embarrassed about. I bought this one after Christmas. It was maybe a week or so after Christmas, and it was very cheap, and that's why I got it. So suck it. I didn't watch it this year. I can't watch it this year because it's Scrooged. Can't be too mad at me, though. Look at this. It was $14, and it came with the slipcover. So you can't be too mad at me. I got it from Amazon. You know, I'll check it out in 10 months. I don't know how the 4K looks. And it's been a couple of years since I watched Scrooged, but it is a Christmas classic of the 80s. So, yeah, I'm a little ashamed that I bought a Christmas movie in January, but I like to save money. So here's another one you probably didn't have me pegged for, and I bought it anyway. I actually watched this film with my children, with my family tonight. My dad and my wife were also in attendance. We watched this film together. It's a shorter film. It's sort of a slightly dramatized documentary. I think it's mostly documentary. And the nature of the movie is that it's informational. So I think it falls into the documentary genre. And that is Flight of the Butterflies. This is a Shout release, actually. I was looking at this one last fall on the Shout website when they were closing down their website. It was on sale for something cheap, you know, $10-ish, maybe $15-ish. And I don't believe it had the slipcover at that time. I think the slipcover version had sold out. You know how crazy I am about the slipcovers. And yet, I wanted to show this to my kids, so I was willing to buy the slipcoverless version because I did want to show this to my children. We have a book that maybe mostly to my oldest daughter, but the youngest has heard the book a few times as well, has been in attendance when I've read it to the oldest. It's a book about monarch butterflies and like their life cycle, and how they lay their eggs and how they hatch, what they eat as caterpillars, how they form the chrysalis, and then becoming a butterfly, their migration, the predation that they face. This followed that book really to a T. My wife at first thought, they're not going to watch a documentary, Jason. Come on, they're 6 and 3. And I thought, well, let's give it a crack. We like the monarch butterflies. So by the end of it, she was looking at me saying, yeah, good choice, Daddy, because the kids watched it. The kids stuck with it. At least the oldest one did. So Flight of the Butterflies. You can see that I got that at Bull Moose for, let's see if I can get the light on that proper, about $16. About $16 at Bull Moose. So again, not bad. Came with a slipcover. It's a 4K. It was a mighty fine 4K, too. I mean, obviously the colors of the butterflies and the natural landscape imagery were pretty superb. So recommended if you want to flex your 4K's nuts. Next, I got another one while I was at Bull Moose the other day. Bought this with Flight of the Butterflies, and that is Krull. 4K Steelbook of Krull. I had this on Blu-ray, of course. Sony put this out maybe in the middle of the summer. I want to say it was like 6 months ago or so, maybe August, I don't know. It was somewhere around there. I'm just going off the top of my head, but I had a Blu-ray of this that I probably got for like $6, so I'm happy to upgrade it. Get the digital code and everything. I think $39 is a little bit, that was a little bit steep. That was the reason I didn't buy this when it was on Amazon either. I never really saw it get lower than like $37 or so dollars. So, you know, it never quite hit that like $30 range that would really have caused me to pull the trigger. But I did have some credit to Bull Moose, so I like to think that I only paid $10 for this. So for $10, it's not bad. It's not bad for 10 bucks. It does not look like it's chock full of special features, which is a bit unfortunate. I was hoping that the 4K would have a lot more special features than the Blu-ray did. The Blu-ray I have has basically nothing. I don't even think it's got a theatrical trailer on it. It is as bare bones can be. So at least this has got a commentary track and a couple other things. So it's been many years. I'm not even sure if I watched the Blu-ray. I might have just got the Blu-ray because it was $6 and I meant to watch it at some point. And I'm upgrading to a 4K Steelbook. The 4K Steelbook of Krull disappeared from Amazon for a little while. I don't know if it's back yet. It might be. It disappeared from Amazon for a little while. So when this thing went bye-bye on Amazon, I just thought, it's time to pull the trigger. Bull Moose has a couple of copies. And the next one I got is also a Steelbook. I only got 2 Steelbooks this month, believe it or not. Only 2. This is the second of 2 Steelbooks I got. I was at Walmart. They had Tales from the Darkside. I did not have Tales from the Darkside. This is a 4K Steelbook, so I thought, why the F not, right? This is my reward for grocery shopping. Picked up this bad boy from Walmart. I've, of course, seen Tales from the Darkside many times. This is a staple of the month of October. Also, because it is a anthology, it makes it easy for me to watch in the evenings. That way, if I don't make it all the way through, because one of my kids wakes up or I'm just too obliterated to stay awake any longer, I love an anthology because it's got the clean stopping places. So that's always good. I haven't seen Tales from the Darkside. It's probably been 2 years maybe, so it's been a minute since I've seen it, despite it being a staple. Undoubtedly, I'll watch Tales from the Darkside this October, so give me a couple of more months and it'll be time to pop it in. Now, of course, the Arrow video sale has been going on. Both Barnes & Noble and Amazon has been matching the Barnes & Noble price. So I had an Amazon gift card as a gift from Christmas. I decided to make use of it against some heavily discounted Arrow titles. So I got the 4K of Under Siege. This was $24. I think I got this for $24 from Amazon. Haven't seen this one since maybe the 90s, maybe the early 2000s when I was a undergrad in college at University of Georgia, but I don't think I've seen Under Siege in at least 25 years. It's been a long time. I do remember, I remember it fondly from the 90s. I mean, I remember seeing it when it was relatively new. I don't think I saw it in the theaters, but I probably saw Under Siege. It was on HBO or something. When it was relatively new, it had been released to HBO. God bless my grandparents for having HBO, because when I went to visit them twice a year, that was like a full week of like catching up on movies that I was interested in and that I was too young to take myself to go see, and also too young for my parents to take me to go see. Under Siege came out when I was a bit on the younger side, but I got to check it out at like 12 years old or whatever on HBO. Movie night at my grandparents, that's the thing. Visiting grandma and grandpa, every night for a week is movie night. I love it. Now, I also got, when I was at Bull Moose, I got one other, I suppose that's unimportant. I got a box set of Taken. It's a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K. Normally, my distaste for Blu-ray, normally I don't mess with Blu-ray. It's just not. I just go right to the 4K. However, the packaging on this was really interesting. You can see there's, let's see if I can hit the light. There's some spot gloss across Liam Neeson. The cover itself is like, has this texture to it. Anyway, $15 at Bull Moose, right? If it had been $30 or $40, I wouldn't have bothered with it, because it is a Blu-ray after all, but it has some interesting packaging. It's got a rigid slipcase, which the movie slips out of, and the movie is a Steelbook. So it's a Blu-ray Steelbook inside a rigid slipcase. You can see it's got, the Blu-ray in there, and then it's also got this packet of, I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Obviously, I have not opened this yet, but this is some kind of memorabilia. I don't know if it's art card or what, but is it Region A? I don't know. I got a Region Free player, so it don't matter. And then it also came with a booklet. This is like an Arrow-style perfect bound booklet, exactly like what you would get in like an Arrow limited edition or Vinegar Syndrome limited edition. And it does appear to contain writings on the film, as you can see. Oh, that's all in Korean though, bruh. All right, some of these articles are in English. Look at that. That one's in English, right? This must be the Korean version of the movie, because that's in English. That's some Korean. Look at that. Can you see that? That's some Korean. Zoom in if you can't see that. That's Korean. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to read all of the essays in this booklet. But anyway, 15 bucks for some interesting packaging that may or may not play in my player. But I just thought embossing and spot gloss on the rigid slipcover. For Taken, I'm not a huge Taken guy. I will say I liked the first one. I thought the second one was like pretty meh. And so I didn't even really bother with the third one. I'm not sure I've ever seen the third one, but there's an interesting copy of Taken for you. I also got Ghost Keeper. You guys already knew this. I did a video about the Subscriber Week. This was one of my 3 purchases on Subscriber Week. As you can also tell from the presence of the cellophane, I have not unwrapped the movie. I have not watched it yet. It has been extremely snowy in my state of Maine. And so I was very tempted to pop this one open and watch it because it involves a snowy landscape as well. But this is New Year's. This is like a New Year's horror. So we're a little far out from New Year's now for me. So just for the sake of my own comfort, put this one away. It's right next to New Year's Eve. We'll watch it when we get a little closer to New Year's. In, about 11 months or so, we'll peep Ghost Keeper. In the meantime, anytime someone wants to talk about spoilers or whatever, I got la 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 la. Don't talk about Ghost Keeper spoilers in front of me, la 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 la. Don't post Ghost Keeper spoilers in my comments. I'll come to where you live and cut your nuts off. All right, so you also know what's next. You know that I got The Great Silence this month. Now, I'll tell you the deal here. It hurts when something sells out this fast as The Great Silence did. When something sells out as fast as The Great Silence did, it drops on noon and it's gone by 2 o'clock. A lot of people are working. A lot of people are busy with their jobs during that time, and it's very difficult for them to place an order in the middle of the day on a Tuesday. My recommendation to you, on the first of every month, take a shit at noon. Bring your phone with you. Take it into the bathroom. Tell everybody, I'm very sorry. I had some dodgy food last night, and it's running through me. My ass is all busted up like the soft serve machine at a McDonald's. People will understand. No one is going to stand between you and the bathroom when you've got to poop. You take your phone with you. You get on the Vinegar Syndrome website. You see what you got. You place the order. You wipe. You flush. You wash your hands. You're back to work by 12:45, maybe 1 p.m. Just do it that way, and you'll never miss a drop. Set an alarm for yourself. Visit the partner page. All that good stuff. So, of course, I got Made in Hong Kong Volume 1. I told you guys that already. Also, Made in Hong Kong Volume 1 has 3 films in this collection, and they're all kind of horror. They're all horror movies, okay? They're all horror movies. Erotic Nightmare. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. We've also got The Deadly Camp, which I've heard is god-awful. I've heard it's terrible. And then The Demons Baby, I've heard is the best film of the 3. But I got to tell you, Erotic Nightmare, that's where I'm starting, and that's where I'm ending. Hopefully, happy ending. Ha-ha. You see what I did there? Yes, I am the smartest man alive. Anyway, very nice packaging on this. I'm looking forward to checking out Made in Hong Kong Volume 2, which I hear is a little bit more action-oriented. I'm not familiar with those films, but, you know. God bless Vinegar Syndrome for giving us plenty of Hong Kong cinema, because they definitely keep us full up of Hong Kong cinema. Now, I've only got a couple left. Also in my Arrow sale, I got Miss 45. I got the 4K of Miss 45 for $28. That was $28. Nice chunky box set, 28 bucks on Amazon thanks to the sale. And I just have to say, as I reflect on Arrow, they really do have the best value of all of the boutiques. I can get Arrow consistently. I can get these chunky box sets of 4Ks like The Mask, like Cruising, like Demolition Man, Inglourious Bastards, Dark City. I routinely pay like $30-ish, $32-ish for those. I think I've paid as little as $28 for American Gigolo. Again, brand new copy, 4K from Amazon. You just put it in your cart and keep an eye on it. And, you know, once in a while, you'll see the price drop. It'll go down from 36 to 28 or 30 or something like that, or occasionally Amazon will have a sale, you know, buy two, get one free type of deal. So the average price winds up being very good on some of these. I've never paid more than, I think 34 is the most I've ever paid for one of these chunky box sets. I love it. I love what a good deal Arrow is. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been very excited about an Arrow title. You know, like I was happy to get the Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of nostalgia there. I was happy to get Cobra, The Cell. I very much enjoyed watching The Cell. I showed that to my wife. She had never seen that. It was her first time. She really enjoyed that. A psychological thriller is like exactly what my wife likes. She'll dial into that shit. So like Basic Instinct, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, anything that's got like horror, thriller, like light horror, thriller vibes, that's like psychological bent, thriller, like a lot of thriller, a little bit of eroticism she likes too. She is normal. Very happy to pick up some of these Arrow releases, but very few Arrow releases that I've just been like wicked excited about. Like if they put out Big Trouble in Little China, I mean, obviously I'd shit my pants, but a lot of these Arrow releases have been solid. Movies that I like, but not movies that I'm crazy about. And Arrow's transfers always look solid. I don't think they always get as much love as like Vinegar Syndrome or something for that, but they're consistent, I think. And the last release I got for this month was Chinese Ghost Story, part 1 through 3. This is the whole trilogy. And Shout does the thing where they give us separate cases for all of these, which is nice. You know, there's no digipack. You just get each of these in its own MRA case. That's always nice to have, I think. So yeah, looking forward to checking these out. It's been a long time since I've seen, I think, 2 of these. I think I've seen 2 of these. I know I've seen 1 of them. I'm looking forward to checking these out again. I'm a little upset that they're not on 4K, that they're just a Blu-ray. Saved me a little bit of money. I'm not sure why Shout is choosing to do some of these Hong Kong cinema classics on Blu-ray and some on 4K, most of them on 4K. Definitely the John Woo ones are coming out on 4K. But yeah, I'm not sure why they chose Blu-ray for this one. The New Wave Essentials also just got Blu-rays, so I don't know, I don't get it. I'm not gonna try to get it. I'm just gonna drink a beer and watch these things. So that's all I got for the month. That is 11 different purchases. Of course, if you count each movie, you know, you got 3 movies here, 3 movies there, 2 movies there. So I'm not counting it by movie, I'm counting it by purchases. 11 purchases for the month of January, which is just darn good. Compared to what I did in December, I think I showed a lot of restraint. I think I have been as good a Buddhist as I'm capable of for the month of January. I'll try a little harder in February to buy less, but a lot of deals in January too. It was tough. It was tough to escape. Anyway, I'll do this again in March for February, I'm sure. In the meantime, thank you, lovely people, for being patrons. You did the right thing. I drink this beer in your honor. The rest of you, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all.
You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.